everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Threadcast. We're at episode 2 now. I'm joined here with the usual lineup, but with some changes. Our boy Daniel is he's out of season for right now.
He has a big headache.
Yeah, but
feel better soon.
We got a special guest. We'll get to him in a minute. But first, Mr. Grandmaster, how was your week?
Nice. It was short and sweet, pretty simple. Like I always said, every Tuesday I go to the movies, hang out with my daughter. So we saw the Smurfs. It was pretty good.
Oh hell yeah!
Better than Logan. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Oh snap!
No,
Is that CG, right?
Yeah.
You know, someone's gonna cut that out, and then you're gonna have to die by those words eventually.
Yeah, it was. I think
I'm gonna isolate it at the end.
He's gonna isolate.
No,
better than Logan.
No, good kids movie. Like I said, nieces, nephews, or kids of your own. Go ahead and go see it. Good times, good family times. So.
And Tanner,
Hmm.
You're here.
Yes, I
week?
am. Yep, another week.
Our producer.
Another week down of work. I'm just working. I haven't really been up to much.
Okay.
They wanted to play games, but I'm not too sure what to play. I've kind of missed out on all the new stuff, so.
It's the kind of there's been a couple new releases, but there's been some disappointing releases.
Yeah.
The post Zelda life is not looking so great at the moment.
I've just been watching old movies on Netflix.
Okay.
Ran through all the RoboCop movies.
Nice.
Never seen 2 and 3, so I finally got around to watching those.
Oh, it's a good thing that you remedy that. But all right. Well, me on the other hand, it's been about the same. I gotten a chance to play a little more games now that I got the new TV and.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How's
that new TV?
It works. I bought some stuff. It's a 4K TV, so I bought some stuff to stream some 4K, and it's
How many inches you got?
50.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
It's a cheapy TV. Like it's got speakers in the back. I don't know if we talked about this last week, but it's got speakers in the back, which
We
doesn't
probably
make any
did.
sense. Yeah, but, it's the whole thing. Video games, they're back. I've been reading comic books. We'll get into that later. But and our special guest filling in for Daniel today, who's out somewhere. He exploded or something. But we got Adrian here. How you going?
Good, man. Happy to be here.
All right.
This is awesome. Cool setup here, and
Yeah.
good. Get to talk some games and pop culture and a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I like that.
Good to
I like
have you
cool. I like cool stuff.
It's good to have you here. Yeah, we've been having talks about maybe having a special guest
Nice.
and something that we weren't sure where to start or even how to start. But
Yeah.
it's nice. Danny kind of bailed at the last minute, but we got you here, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for like my special guest powers, I would. I'm a MMA trainer.
Okay.
I train quite a few UFC fighters here in San Diego County area, and guys fighting the highest levels of either Bellator, UFC, or different promotions throughout the world. So some top level guys: Phil Davis, Dominic Cruz, Brandon Vera. Worldwide guys like Alex Gustafson and Jeremy Stevens. We all trained out of Alliance right here in Chula Vista.
Right. Not too far from here, actually.
We got a lot of we got to travel the world and see how the influence we have on everyone else in the world. So it's cool, man.
Not a bad gig.
Yeah, for sure. But let's get right into it. Like, how'd you get started in doing something like that?
I used to be just a boxing trainer. I used to box and kickbox when I was younger. Just never took it real seriously myself, but I would help out my dad a lot. So he trained fighters. He trained boxers exclusively. So I would help him out after work, and then at that time it was MMA fighters used to have to hop around to train. They'd have to go jiu-jitsu one place, wrestling one place, kickboxing another, and the first gym in San Diego that would kind of put them all together was a place called City Boxing. They would have jiu-jitsu, boxing, and wrestling all in one place, and my dad was training boxers there. And from there we moved to Alliance, and I just started helping some of the MMA guys out with their boxing, and I just grew from there. We went from one UFC guy in Brandon Vera to a stable of them. And we're moving locations from here in 3rd Avenue to Barrio Logan, that the gym is moving. And it was a cool experience. I got to be in it from like the beginning, till where it's at now.
That's pretty interesting. Like, especially the names that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
There's some pretty big names in there. Like, I'm not the biggest UFC guy, but even I recognize those.
Yeah, and I think that's a cool thing. It's gotten pretty mainstream. So so you will just guys, casual sports fans or just casual fans of it all kind of crosses over since it's a combat sport. So guys are into gaming and stuff. You pick up on it,
right?
And just like Brandon, Phil Davis, Dominic Cruz, Brandon Vera, Ross, Alex Gustafson, who's a huge fighter. They're like the good thing about like here in Southern California, people come from everywhere in the world to come here and refine their skills. So they come here to take it to that next level.
Right.
So that's why this gym has gotten so big.
What was it like working with some of those guys?
It's great, man. It's definitely a grind. So I mean, there's a reason why the good ones make it. It's the amount of time they put in, the amount of, a lot of them have talent already.
Right.
But like when you talk about Phil Davis, he'll put in that much more effort.
Right.
He's already a gifted athlete. It's their workhorses, and the amount of time they put in, the good ones dedicate their whole lives to this, and they really have no backup plan.
Well, like when you get that kind of talent coming in, like I wonder, are you at the point already where you can already see like, hey, I know this guy, he might be a standout, or kind of you can see who's working harder than others and things like that.
Yes, you can see who's working harder than others, and the good thing is the guys who are already good kind of push the other guys to come up to that level, and you can kind of see who's got talent, and then but you also see a lot of guys who are talented that didn't make it to that next level. It's a very mental game, just like it's tough, and you're having a fist fight with another, highly trained man in front of a paying crowd and millions more on TV. So it's mentally it's tough. The daily training is tough mentally. So it's a physical sport. It's a highly mental sport too.
Well, what about yourself? Did you ever compete or?
Just when I was younger. Yeah, but nothing at that level. And I'm a much better coach than I was a competitor. I got to be a world-class coach.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, just to let you guys all know, too, me and Adrian did train in Thailand, too, so that was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool experience for both of us.
Yeah, this is my brother here, by the way.
Yeah.
That should probably know that.
We don't look anything alike.
Nothing alike, but
I have a little more hair than him, but still.
We went to Thailand for a couple months, and it was awesome. We got to live and train there, and it was you guys, if you can ever get a chance to go to Thailand, go. It's awesome.
I've told that to all my YouTube subscribers and viewers. If you got $1 or $2 just lying around, go to Thailand.
Live like a king.
You don't even have to go there. You don't even have to go to their train like we did. Just go there.
Okay.
I mean, I would have liked, looking back on it, I would like to go there and just party. That would have been better.
Yeah.
You can party for like a king for it.
Yeah. Not only that, you can get
not 2,000 in a night, 2,000 in 2 months.
Yeah.
In 2 months?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not only that, after we got done training, we'd go to a restaurant down the street.
Okay.
We eat whatever you want, whether it be chicken, pork, or beef. You get a big, huge bowl of rice. We'd always get the pork. The red pork was really delicious. A big old bowl of rice with the red pork, soy sauce on the side, and your Coke. Oh, it was like, what, $1? $1.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. First thing, like when you're going there, people freak you out, like, oh, watch what you eat and all that. First thing I ate when I got there was pork.
Just shut it down immediately.
Yeah, I didn't care. Like, you know what? Either it's going to kill me or make me stronger.
Yeah,
I didn't. You're going to get superpowers or I'm going to die.
No, one of our friends, too, from Australia, his name was Shane. He told us stay away from the prawn. That we did do.
Yeah.
We did stay away from the prawn, but now we ate the pork, we ate the beef, we ate the chicken.
And for those of you who know, prawns is European for shrimp.
Yeah. Well,
or shellfish.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Well, when you're at Thailand, it says on the menu prawn. It doesn't say shrimp on the menu.
Doesn't.
So.
All right, so don't trust the shrimp, right?
So if you say can I get an order of shrimp, they'll probably be like, what? Oh, the prawns? Yeah, okay.
And then boom, you die, right?
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know, I mean, this is canon. Sub-Zero had a brother, right?
Yeah. The real Sub-Zero had a brother. Yeah, the real Sub-Zero did have a brother.
I mean, even in the movie, he had a brother, right? That's the dude from the second one, right? The red scar in his face.
Okay.
That would be you then, right?
No, that would be me. The red scar one is the second Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, from Mortal Kombat 1 was the first Sub-Zero,
which
later became New Cybot. And then from 2 on was Kuai Liang, the one I always use. The costume I always pick, which is the Sub-Zero with no mask and scar going. That's the second brother. And from MK2 from there on has been Kuai Liang. And in Mortal Kombat 3, that's when he started taking off the mask. And that's always, since MK3, that's always been my favorite costume, the unmasked Sub-Zero.
Unmasked Sub-Zero, huh?
Yeah, everyone else likes the Revenant, like on YouTube, like, why don't you use the Revenant costume? I probably will use the Revenant costume, just for like a video here or there, just to give my viewers what they want. But no, if it's there to pick, I'm always picking that Kuai Liang costume, the unmasked one.
Sure, I mean, very important. We've got the Sub-Zero family history here. Thank you for filling in that tapestry.
I didn't know any of that. So.
But let's
learn something.
That's great. Learn that too.
Let's bring it back to Adrian here. But you got any stories from? You guys talking about Thailand right now? But with your fighter guys or anything?
Before you start, we could probably do like a 3-hour podcast talking about my brother's story.
Special edition.
We'll have to have you back for sure.
Yeah, there's that. And there's all different levels of stories. There's stories I can tell. There's stories I would love to tell. And there's stories I can never ever tell.
Okay.
I can't even repeat them myself. Some of these ones, they're that bad. Like you can't look yourself in the mirror. But
Jeez.
no, there's some good ones. They're like first of all, my favorite city is well, when you come from San Diego, it's hard to have another favorite city. But outside of here, oddly enough, one of the coolest cities you can ever go to is Toronto, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
They love sports. They love fighting and hockey up there. Their two biggest
And
sports.
curling too, right?
Yeah, and curling, of course.
Curling,
But I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
That goes without saying, you know.
Yeah, the chicks are smoking hot in Canada, in Toronto, and like from all over Canada, that's where they come. They'll come to Toronto.
Okay.
Women look great. It's a fun time. That's one of the coolest cities you will go to. That and Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden is a lot of fun too.
Oh, okay.
So cool.
I hear about the Swedish girls.
Yeah, Swedish girls, hot. Yeah, I mean, obviously the ones I'm gonna pick their best are the ones with the coolest chicks, or the ones the ones that talk to me.
Right.
So I'm gonna be biased, but worst cities would definitely I would have to say, well, Detroit. That's an easy one. Detroit and Cleveland, they suck, obviously, but
It's our Detroit fans out there.
yeah. Outside of Detroit's pretty cool. Just the city itself is
Pretty
god
bad.
awful. Yeah.
Straight up Gotham City over there.
Yeah. Brazil is cool. Brazil's overrated. Brazil, and I went to Rio too. It's okay, but it's not. It's
Wasn't
not
all
like
that.
you think. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't all that.
It's not Disney World.
No, it's not. It's not Thailand, but it's not the Philippines. Okay,
I
Philippines was fun too.
I like to know
Right.
one place better than Thailand. I mean,
Yeah,
that's kind of hard to say.
that's a tough one.
Thailand. Huh?
But yeah, so there's traveling all over and just meeting fight fans. I've gotten to see 40,000 people at 4 a.m. in Sweden for a fight. Because they were televising here at a certain time. So 40,000 people showed up at 4 a.m. Swedish time, to come over and watch a fight.
Jeez.
And Alex was fighting that day
Yeah,
too,
Alex
right?
was fighting.
Who was he fighting that day?
He's fighting Anthony Johnson.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Phil fought that night, Phil Davis. And it's just crazy. You travel everywhere and you get to see how, first of all, anyone tells you they hate Americans, another is full of it.
That's not
Full
true
of
then,
shit.
huh?
No, they love Americans wherever you go. That's the first thing they want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
They might say it to themselves, but to you, to your face, they'll kiss your ass. They want to talk about it, So they
Right.
love Americans other places. I've always been treated good with that.
Never
And
treated bad anywhere
No,
overseas.
no.
Nothing.
you just talk down to them. They'll get scared of you. They're intimidated.
Getting bullied by Americans.
Man, American coming over here is bullying me. Well, then there you go. That's why they say I hate America when you
Yeah.
walk
Yeah,
away.
I know. I had a great time.
Okay, yeah.
But it's cool how much influence the American culture has on the rest of the world. Like everywhere you go, in every airport I've ever been to, they have two signs: that country's language and English. Everywhere you go, it's catered to. Most restaurants you go to, they'll have an English menu.
Yeah.
Thailand was like that too.
Yeah, Thailand's like that.
Thailand's menus in both. They're in
Both.
When you go out to eat,
Yeah.
in both.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
road signs are in both too.
All the movie theaters you can go to. Even in Mexico City when I went, Thailand, they'll have American. It's all American movies, just like we would get right here at an AMC.
Yeah.
And they don't even dub it. It's just subtitled in their language. So movies everywhere. They all watch our movies. That's
So they're the ones that got to read, but you guys are.
yeah, we're cool.
That's good.
They-
Makes it
they
makes
probably-
it easy to go over there.
They probably
yeah.
still enjoyed Logan though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
all
It's cool. So
Reading
the people that are stars here, as far as entertainers, athletes, are stars in the rest of the world too. And it's cool. So I'm gonna get to go to Russia in about a month. I'm going to Chechnya, which is the bad part of Russia.
I mean, that name sounds
yeah,
like.
it sounds horrible, and it is. It is. But they're big in MMA, so I'm going to get to go over there in a month, and I don't think they'll kiss my ass over there.
I mean, look.
Yeah, but I'll give you guys a full report. It should be fun. I mean, I've
Yeah.
always been
That'd be
safe.
cool to have you let us know how that went.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you guys know.
You should tell them too when you get there that you're the machine.
I'm gonna tell them I'm the machine.
So the machine, Bert the Machine.
Yeah, that is the
For
best.
those that
story.
don't know.
Yeah, that is the best story.
Should check out Bert Kreischer. He's got a story about being the machine in Russia.
But, yeah, get involved with the Russian mob.
Yeah.
And the guy who is putting together the show is the president of Chechnya. He was appointed by Vladimir Putin. So,
The Vlad himself?
yeah, he appointed this guy, Ramzan. I'm actually following him on Instagram. Ramzan Kadyrov. And he actually had his kids fight. His kids are like 9 and 11 fight in his last MMA event. Yeah, which like a lot of people thought, was just horrible. Me too. But I would never tell him that. Hey, it's great. Hey, kids got to learn to fight sometime.
I mean, he might listen to this,
Yeah.
I emailed him directly.
Yeah, so the guy who runs that part of Russia is the guy that puts on the show. So it should be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, listen, I know you're worried about how they're going to treat you over there, but look, if Rocky can go over there, beat up their Russian champion, and then everybody loves him after
Everybody
that.
loves
On Christmas.
Then you can.
Yeah.
You go out there and be like, you could change, we could change, we could change.
That is exactly what I think is going to happen in my head. That's how it's gonna
And he
go.
wore the USA trunks too.
And dude, that's the biggest dick move he did in the whole thing. Like,
One of the USA
he's like,
trunks?
I'm gonna go to Russia. Like, okay, I've been in the business a long time. Like, he had all the negotiating power. He could have made him come here.
Yeah. Remember when we were in Thailand? Remember
You
we
killed
were
my best friend. You could at least fight
Yeah,
him.
like
Yeah.
now I'm gonna pick where it's gonna be. I'm gonna pick the size of the gloves, the size of the ring. He had all the power, and he just gave it all up, dude, for personal reasons. I'm like, dude, that was like his manager or trainer should have stepped in and be like, listen, I know you have a lot of emotions right now, but you're making it harder on yourself.
Hey, but
We're gonna fight him in Vegas with the big gloves, okay?
Remember when we were in Thailand? We were watching the fights in Bangla, and how they say, okay, in Thailand, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you look Caucasian, they're gonna say you're from Australia to attract more tourists. So, like, if I was fighting, they're not gonna say, okay, Ruben from USA. They're gonna say Ruben from Australia. So I was talking to my brother. I'm like, you think they get pretty pissed off if I came in there? If I came in the ring fighting, I wore some USA trunks. You're like, yeah, don't do that.
Come in there like Apollo Creed with the Uncle Sam top hat.
Oh yeah.
They'll probably tell you to change.
Yeah, maybe. Australian shorts are okay though, apparently, right?
Yeah, that would be
I'd
fine.
wear them.
Yeah.
Shit, I'd wear the Phil Davis pink shorts if I had to.
But yeah. So I don't think my fighter's gonna be wearing the USA colors.
Yeah.
I know that.
I wouldn't either, honestly.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, so Rocky made it harder on himself in that movie,
Yeah.
But he
but he won.
worked out. He
won.
achieved
Yeah.
peace. He ended the Cold War.
Ended the Cold War.
Changed the world. Yeah.
The
What,
Russians-
you know what? I'm pissed off about. In the last Creed movie, and the last
I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's-
Go,
it's
See
good.
on my.
okay,
go ahead.
list
Shut it down.
and
Spoil it.
I haven't watched
it's good, but so they had a lot of they had some certain characters in the last couple Rockies. They've had characters from his past come back, like Spider Rico, the guy he was fighting in the very first one.
yeah.
Right, he was
working in his restaurant.
He's a dishwasher now.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, he was eating for free and he felt bad, so he was like, "You let me eat for free here for like 10 years. At least let me wash the dishes."
yeah. Like I was hoping that like Dolph Lundgren would
that'd be
living
cool.
here, like he would be like living in Brighton Beach, like in New York, where all the other Russians live, and I thought he would be in it. Like they should have put him in it. I was pissed about
how
that.
can Dolph
Yeah,
Lundgren
yeah.
get into It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but he can't get into Creed?
Yeah,
Was he in Sunny?
Yes, he was in Always. No, he was in Work. Yeah, he was in Always Sunny. No, he wasn't in that, but they based an episode on it. They're like, okay, we're gonna make a movie and put Dolph Lundgren in it. What he was in,
Oh, yeah.
he
I
was
remember that.
he was in Workaholics.
Oh,
that he
okay,
was in.
okay,
He made an
right.
appearance in Workaholics.
yeah.
Right, yeah, you're
like
right.
dude, like they could have like wrote him in Creed. I don't
Yeah,
know why
like
they
if you can
didn't.
get Dolph Lundgren to come into Comedy Central's Workaholics, why can't you give him like a 5-minute cameo in Creed?
Yeah.
like yeah, that sucks.
Maybe he just turned it down or something.
Maybe.
Nah, he ain't doing nothing. He would have done it.
I don't want to. You can't quote me on this, but I think he just got picked up by he's going to be in the DC universe.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
Maybe some.
Either DC or Marvel picked him up. I'm
Movies.
trying to.
But like he's
In the
actually
movies.
Yeah.
could it like he's a smart guy. He's like
He's a rocket science.
Yeah, he's a rocket scientist. He's like a mechanical engineer.
Yeah, he did something with
Yeah.
his life other than acting.
And
He's a
like
beast.
and like Sylvester Stallone just screws him. Like they put him in the Expendables, and he was the drug addict dude. Like, dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually somebody kicking ass.
No,
Was he?
well he was, but then like
He was hanging pirates, man.
yeah, he was like they thought he was too much of a liability to be a mercenary.
Right.
All his job was to do is kill people.
What the hell did Chuck Norris do? I know he was on that. What'd he
He
do?
killed everybody somehow with a tiny gun or something. I can't remember.
He didn't roundhouse kick anybody like Van Damme did.
No, in the second one, was Expendables 2 is garbage, by the way. People know. But he showed up when they were all about to get killed, and then he single-handedly takes out a whole army. They don't show you how.
But he did.
You just see the whole army getting shot up.
Yeah, sounds like Chuck Norris.
Did you guys know that there was a kickboxer too?
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah.
It was Batista.
So bad. Yeah, Batista. Batista was Tom Poe.
Have you guys seen that one?
No, never seen
Don't see it. It's not.
it.
First of all, we've been to Thailand. We fought in Thailand. I'll tell you firsthand. In a Thai fight, we don't fight with swords.
No, we don't fight with swords.
We don't fight with swords. We don't dip our hands in honey and glass.
And there's no ties that are that big.
There's no ties that are 5'7" in Thailand.
Right.
When I went to Thailand, I actually got a taste of what it was like to be like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. Giant.
I felt like a monster. Good God.
Felt like Sagat, right? I mean,
I felt like the real life Sagat.
Yeah, Sagat's
next time I go there, you know what I'm going to do? Even though I'm not missing an eye, I'm going to go buy an eye patch and just put it on.
Get a fake scar on your chest, get the trunks.
Get that. I'll get the...
the Laker trunks that Sagat wears.
I'll get that, yeah.
All right.
Those are Laker trunks, huh?
Yeah, they're Laker colors, man.
They're any color, man. I mean,
you could change it by default.
Street Fighter 4, you got 10 colors to choose from. Whatever color I want, Sagat got some.
But Street Fighter 2, man, he was a big Laker fan apparently in Thailand. But yeah, all right, that's cool, Adrian. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, this is fun, man.
Right.
This is cool.
But let's.
Awesome intro, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
for sure.
That's a crazy experience.
Yeah, it's definitely have to have you back.
Yeah, the stories are going to get more and more horrible each time I come out.
I feel like we opened a door here.
Yeah,
I'll get okay.
It's going to go from PG to PG-13 pretty quick.
Yeah, make sure I'm going to clear all the drug and horror stories. They'll come later on. So all those the bad ones, you got to clear.
We'll ease into it.
Yeah, you got to give the fans a tease.
Yeah, you can't just hit them with the horrible stories right off.
Yeah. All right, well, kind of leading into our next segment here. You play any video games?
Yeah. Well, I'll play with him. I'm not big in.
He's more watching me. Like.
Yeah, I'm not big into it because here's why. They've gotten so advanced. I respect it, and I think maybe this is from being MMA and coaching. So I respect how hard they are now. I wouldn't want to just think, oh, they're just games. I'm gonna get on and play. Guys have actually been putting in work for a while, and so I'll watch them. Wow, man, this looks really cool. But for me, I'm so big into movies. And in the comics part of it, everything's based on comics and movies. So all my favorite movies are games,
Right.
But I recognize how difficult they are now.
Yeah.
And I'm I don't think I'm smart enough to do that.
Oh, before we get into anything else, we've all talked about it, but since you're new, we want your 2 cents. What'd you think of Raul Julia on Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Loved them.
Listen, Raul Julia, we're planning to get a poster in here somewhere.
That's an amazing idea.
It's gonna be him doing his legendary Cycle Crusher.
Oh God, that's great.
Straight to heaven, as he did.
Raul Julia, that was awesome. He's definitely the highlight of that.
Yes,
Yeah, that is just between that and the Addams Family.
That's why they're not making another Street Fighter.
They can't.
Raul Julia.
Yeah.
Exactly. What are you gonna do? They try to make that Chun-Li movie with that.
I mean, that would have been a good movie if they had Raul Julia. But
it's like trying to replace the Joker. It's like trying to replace Heath Ledger. There's only one Joker.
You can try, but you're gonna fail.
You can try, yeah. I mean, you can't replace Raul Julia.
Okay.
You can't.
M. Bison, you can't.
It's when you first saw, you were like, "What's going on here?" But then once he started talking. For him, it was only Tuesday, as they say.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, my brother mostly watches me play a lot of video games.
I'm there.
When I'm there playing MKX, getting all into it, he sees it. He sees me uploading my videos. He sees me commentating.
Yeah. What I like about gamers is just the shit they talk to each other.
Oh, there's so much. They say so much shit.
Yeah, they do.
That to me is just
They take it way too far sometimes.
Because listen, gamers by general, a lot of them have good jobs. A lot of them are, tech savvy. A lot of them are smart people. And when smart people start just talking horrible shit to each other, it's great to watch.
It's kind of doesn't matter how old you are. In the end, it's going to come down to children bickering at each other.
Children bickering, talking about each other's mother, something like that.
I've actually made videos on that on my YouTube. I showed the screenshots. Have you seen those videos where I showed the screenshot of the guy complaining?
Right.
Yeah.
One guy's bitching about my Sub-Zero, and then I showed the screenshot, and then we go to the Sub-Zero match. You see why he's complaining.
Online is horrible. And with fighters, they all have social media. Right? And you'll read some of their Twitter feeds, and some of the worst things you can these are guys are talking shit to fighters. Obviously I'll kick your ass, and talking shit to a guy that you would never say that to in person. But the ones who get it worse, I train a lot of the female UFC girls too, like Beck Rawlings, Jessica Penny, Angela Magana. the girls that are in UFC get the worst shit. I've seen some of their Twitter feeds or some of their DMs. The stuff guys send to them, just like the worst stuff you'll ever hear. It's just like, hey, how you doing? You look great. If they don't reply right away, it's just
which they're probably not, because they got 200,000 followers.
They don't reply right. You know what? I was just trying to give you a compliment. I think you're an ugly bitch, really. You know, just go right into that.
They will turn. Yeah. They will turn on.
Or just like, hey, I really like just the worst stuff. Like, hey, I really like that gap between your legs. Just that's what they start with. Just like the stuff female fighters have to hear is the worst
That's worth
stuff.
9 out of 10 times when I use that line.
Yeah, the stuff female fighters hear is just 10 times worse than the guys. And like when one of the female fighters, she's good about it. So he'll, there's one particular fan she got that was real horrible, just sending stuff like stuff he's gonna kill her, do all this type of horrible sexual stuff to her. So she screenshotted his name and his Facebook and where he worked at, and sent it to his HR department.
Nice.
So this is the type of guy you hire. Yeah. So she did, just screenshotted what he said to his HR department. He worked for a big company too. I'm like, dude, it's just like you think you're faceless online, and you're not always faceless. You can get like if you say stuff that is really overboard, you're gonna have to answer for it.
Yeah, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
All right. So Rod, what's next to talk about, man?
I mean, you got in there. You said you're not much of a game person, but you said you like movies, right? So
yeah.
Big teaser. Well, just a teaser. Ain't much to say about it really. But what you guys all think of the Star Wars teaser?
Well, I thought it was cool.
There's a lot of shots of that island.
Yeah.
Right.
It looks really small too. I don't know what type of training they can do there, but hey, they're Jedi, so. But
there's nothing to fight against. It's all got to be.
Yeah, like made up stuff.
Yeah, I mean.
But one thing that is cool. So like, they're showing Luke Skywalker's metal hand now. Remember back in the originals, they couldn't really get that that cool with CGI and stuff. So they just had to be lazy and put the glove on his hand.
Yeah.
But now I think every scene is just going to be his metal hand.
They're going to make up for it and just show it as much time.
Yeah, just show as much as they can. 'Cause that's the first thing that you saw was when him pulling back was his metal hand.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna, the graphics they'll do alone for like Luke Skywalker is, this is his first time back.
Yeah.
In this one really, and so I'm just. He was the first Jedi we saw, and now he's the one that's coming back.
And, and according to him, he wants to end it. He wants to be the last.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing in that teaser was that quote he said, "Where it's time to finish the Jedi." Like, what do you do?
Yeah, and I want to see what he's capable of, because you saw what when in the episode in the second series when Yoda got to finally fight, and what Mace Windu with Sam Jackson when he fought. You've seen Jedi do a lot of cool stuff. Now this time around, Luke Skywalker's supposed to, he was the one that's, the Jedi that, took care of Darth Vader. He was supposed to, put back the balance in the Force. So I want to see what he's capable of as a Jedi.
You think they're going to show him fighting and stuff?
Yeah,
though?
I do.
I
don't
know, man. I think he's older, and
but
I don't know how he is physically.
He's going to end up fighting like Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original, or Darth Vader.
Nah, they can do it. There's been plenty of.
Or maybe he's just so good with the Force. Who knows?
I think he's just going to show. He's just going to train her.
There's been plenty of 100-year-old Jedis that have been fighting. I mean, come on now. They're going to show him do it.
I hope so.
I mean, Count Dooku. I don't remember him being too impressive.
No,
I could see them just having.
But he did it. He did it.
He did it, and I think Christopher Lee was in better shape than Luke.
So it's gonna be tough, but I mean, from what I hear, there's a lot of setups in this one, because they were gonna do a Obi-Wan standalone, but they shelved that because I guess apparently there's a rumor what's coming out with Rey is gonna be somehow she might be linked to Obi-Wan, so. They want to wait to tell that story, so I'm really curious to see what can come, because I guess Ewan McGregor's all in on doing the Obi-Wan standalone. So that's going to be ones they make, but I think they have to tell some stuff about, like Rey, that she might some way be related to Obi-Wan.
Right.
So I want to see that.
Okay. Well, speaking of Star Wars, the video games are they're their thing. Star Wars Battlefront was a big remake of a series that I really enjoyed, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
How did that do overall, like the ratings and the people buying it?
Well, I mean, the reins were handed over to EA, and they made Star Wars Battlefront on the newer systems, and that game sold a lot, but there wasn't really much to it. The game had no campaign, which was the best thing about the old games.
I never played it, but I heard like in the beginning, like when it came out, people bought it and they played it, and then it got a bad rap. Is that true?
Yes, because it felt like an incomplete game. It had an online multiplayer. It was there wasn't much to it. It was fun to play.
So basically the purpose of it was just to play multiplayer then.
Yeah, there was no campaign. There was some single player stuff, but the original 2 games were kind of the best things about them were their campaign.
And a lot of games are doing that now. Like, okay, if you don't have, not everyone, but most people that you know have the internet. But when you're buying video games, it's like, okay, if you don't have your Xbox Live or your PlayStation Plus membership, you can't play this game, you know?
Right. Yeah, that was definitely one of those. I mean, the PS4 now that you
I
have
know
to play.
Street Fighter, when it came out, it was like that. Street Fighter, if you didn't, was basically for... Well, they brought it out early and incomplete because they wanted it to go to Evo.
Yes, for the.
So if you bought Street Fighter on day one, you couldn't play arcade mode because there was no arcade mode. You could play survival, but survival was broken, and all you ever did play survival was to earn new colors.
Right.
So that was so survival and online were the only purpose for Street Fighter. So would you say Battlefront was like that?
Yeah. I don't think it got contracted as much hate because Capcom's already was notorious for screwing stuff up.
Yeah, and they
And I mean, so was EA, but Battlefront was such a big thing. So yeah, and then so we got Battlefront 2 coming.
Yeah.
And
I think November 17th.
Right, I was actually looking at there was a big live stream today or yesterday if you're hearing this on Sunday. But if Tanner, you got any info on that?
Well, it's coming with all the new systems. I guess a lot of people complained about not having a campaign in the first one, or not the first one, but the rebooted one.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're bringing back a campaign that focuses on the Empire. Like you play as a few characters, but it's more on the Empire side of it. Okay. And I think the story picks up after the Empire's fallen in like Endor.
I saw Darth Maul in there.
Yeah, it's also
spoilers. He survived actually. He got cut in half.
I gotta see how that happened.
Yeah, how did that happen? Because like I saw like
he has like robot legs and stuff. Right?
Yeah, I saw like online in comic books, not in videos or anything, but in comic books, he's like a spider-looking thing now, or he has like.
No, he's a dude, but I think
there
was a time
legs.
where he had. I mean, don't quote me on this, but he had spider junk.
I've seen like art.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's.
I mean, like you gotta wonder, like, I mean, that's what no one says. Like, when you get your legs cut off, I mean, that gets cut off too. Like you know,
but
what that get replaced with?
If you get cut off from the torso down, yeah.
I mean, they gotta replace it with something.
But kneecap down, you're okay.
Yeah.
What's Darth Maul got under that dress, huh?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's about 30 pounds soaking wet under that black dress.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
it's the game's gonna cover all the eras, which is kind of cool too, because the second Battlefront, the old one on Xbox, the first Xbox had all the different eras, so that's kind of cool that they're going back to that now.
It kind of focused on the prequels, the old ones.
But it did also have like, the original trilogy and that was there too.
Right. I think that was more the first one. I'm not sure about the second one.
The second one had it.
Okay, the second one, I think I remember. The second one is you played in the prequels and you played as the clone troopers.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And at first you're good guys and you're helping out the Jedis, and then you play through the game and it's actually done really well. Right. And you get to the part where you have to do Order 66. I don't know if you remember, where you got to turn on the Jedi. And you just start murdering the Jedi that have been helping you throughout the whole game.
That's awesome.
It's actually really well done, and each level is is started by a narration by the the leader of your company. You're playing as the 501st or whatever battalion.
Yeah. So that's what Order 66 means, is kill the Jedi.
Kill the Jedi.
On YouTube, I've been hearing so many troll comments. Order 66. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Man.
So
you don't know, well, now you know.
So when someone goes to my YouTube channel and they say Order 66, they're referring to not only kill me but kill the Jedi.
Betray something. Yeah, it's usually the betrayal.
To turn on somebody.
It won't work on Yoda, so they tried it on Yoda.
That's actually pretty popular in the fitness community. If you guys ever watch like fitness videos, and like the person doesn't like the person doing the videos. Order 66, this guy. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about?
Just betray him, just turn around and stab him?
Oh, yeah, they hate on each other in the fitness community.
And
they all think they're really smart, and it's just working out. And so everyone's fitness routine gets trashed and shit.
And when they don't like it, they say, Order 66. I'm like, what does that mean? And
I had no idea. That was a big thing.
So thanks to this podcast, I know what Order 66 means.
There you go. See, informing people. We're kind of
learn something new every day.
Yeah, we're right up there with PBS, Sesame Street.
The more you know.
It's like church. Finding out, dude. Church for gamers.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, hopefully the game fixes its mistakes because they kind of didn't really care after the first one. They were like, we're not gonna fix anything.
You bought it, you pay for it.
Yeah, I would tell you what, we'll make another game and you can pay another $60. You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's gonna have.
Or
all
you
the
pay
arrows.
you pay $30 for the new patch coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Even I remember it was kind of a big deal because even one of the actors from The Force Awakens complained about it. He was like,
"You complained about the game?"
He complained about the game. He was like, "I'm loving Battlefront, but where's the campaign, EA?" And they were like, like on Twitter. He called them out on Twitter. And
That's cool.
They respond back.
I think they did, but it was kind of just like we
Stock
got some single player missions in there, but
Or stay tuned.
Yeah.
yeah, you caught them with their pants down. Their own actor.
They actually typed in
I must in my head when I play it back in my head. That's what I see. And a lot of dots.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, moving on to fighting games here. Something
That'd be my platform right here.
Yeah,
Nice.
we got Injustice 2 coming out, which combines probably two of my favorite things: fighting games and DC Comics. But we were talking about you made mention about what kind of character you would play, and that you were thinking that Sub-Zero would be the special guest character.
So Ed Boon on Twitter he did this a long time ago. He made a poll saying who do you want to see as the new Injustice 2 DLC, because Injustice 2 is going to have a Mortal Kombat character for sure. Mortal Kombat 1 had Scorpion.
Right. Injustice 1 has Scorpion.
What the hell am I talking about? Injustice. Thank you for correcting me. Injustice 1, the first one, had Scorpion as the DLC. So he made a poll saying who do you want to see for Injustice.
Which people complained about, like, it's bad, by the way. Like, why is there a Mortal Kombat character? But for those that don't know, DC Comics had a Mortal Kombat series, and Scorpion was in there.
Yeah.
And he was, he's
DC
Comics.
Not only that, it's made by NetherRealm, which makes Mortal Kombat.
Exactly.
So, let's go back to MKX.
Okay.
Predator was never in the Mortal Kombat series, but he made an appearance.
Right.
Alien, same thing, made an appearance. Leatherface, same thing, made an appearance.
Leatherface.
Mortal Kombat 9, Freddy Krueger's in the game. But because it's by NetherRealm Studios and Warner Bros., they combined and they put that character in.
And Kratos, Kratos in there too.
Kratos too. For PS4 or for PS3, Kratos, yeah.
So
Xbox lucked out. So Injustice 2 will be having somebody from Mortal Kombat make an appearance. He made a poll saying who do you want to see, and Sub-Zero won that poll. I don't understand why Ed Boon would put that poll and not grant what the fans want, because if, let's say 60% want Sub-Zero to be in it,
right,
that's a 60% profit you're going to make. Because he's going to cost, regardless, he's going to cost either $5 by himself or about $20 or $30 for the new DLC characters. Because they'll probably have where you can buy DLC characters individually,
right,
or you can buy them as a bundle.
That's usually what they do, yeah.
Yeah, so if individually, he's probably going to cost $5-6 tops. Bundle, he'll be in there for about 20.
Yeah, they'll have the season pass.
Yeah.
Whatever, like
If he makes it, I should say. So I personally think he's going to make it. A lot of people are saying, no, I think it's going to be Noob Saibot. But only time will tell.
Well, one of the reasons why this has kind of come up is because they have a Sub-Zero-like character in the game now, just announced not too long ago. Captain Cold.
Yeah, Captain Cold.
Oh, yeah.
On Twitter, too, a lot of people were message boxing me saying, are you going to play as Captain Cold? Captain Cold really fits you. And I was like, let me check him out. I checked out Captain Cold. I'll try him in training mode. I'll try him in a few matches online. Personally, just first impression, I don't like him. Excuse me. That's just my first impression. He doesn't fit my play style.
Right.
Try him out, but only time will tell.
I mean, yeah, you never know until you actually get your hands on the character.
Like for MKX, I never thought ever in a million years I'd be playing a Sub-Zero. Damn. I always thought
because they call you the Sub-Zero guy.
Yeah, and I'm the original. I'm one of the only players out there that plays Sub-Zero professionally. There's, I think, Tom Brady, Mazden, and Buffalo. That's about it out of all.
Tom Brady, the football player.
Yeah, Tom Brady, the football player. No, Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady, the guy from New York, who ironically has the same name. Well, that's not his real name, but that's his gamer tag.
So it's a heck of a gamer tag.
So yeah, if you guys go to YouTube, just type in Mortal Kombat Tom Brady, you'll see all the Sub-Zero matches. I'm one of the very few players that play Sub-Zero. When the MKX trailers came out, I thought I'd be playing as Reptile. I played Reptile, garbage, in my opinion, as personally. I saw the Kano trailer. I thought that was pretty cool. I still do play as Kano.
Okay.
But never in a million years I thought I'd be playing a Sub-Zero, so I just tried Sub-Zero out a little bit, loved him, fell in love with the guy. So, with Injustice 2, if Sub-Zero makes the cut, I'm gonna try him out. Hopefully, I like him because I want him. I want to main him because everybody knows me as Sub-Zero or the Sub-Zero guy.
Yeah.
Yes. But the thing about the reason why it came up is because with a guy like Captain Cold, you kind of think, well, maybe Sub-Zero won't be the character.
Well, another thing too is if you go into the gear system, you can change Captain Cold into Mr. Freeze if you want.
Okay.
Not only that, Supergirl freezes her opponents too. She has her breath and she does these freezing combos.
Superman as well.
Superman as well.
That's right.
You have a lot of characters that are freezing their opponents.
Right, but I mean, Captain Cold, it's his whole thing.
Captain Cold, yeah. I mean, Captain Cold's gonna be known as the guy that freezes people.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, let me drop some knowledge on about Captain Cold. Cause, you were saying about the poll about Sub-Zero being the most popular character,
Mhm.
and I think if that's the case, they probably might have had to make the decision like, well, Sub-Zero won the popular vote, but I mean, this is a DC Comics game, and Captain Cold right now is actually he's getting popular because of the TV series Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know if you guys see that.
if that
What's it?
Never seen that.
I haven't. Okay, this sounds cool.
Okay, so you got there's the movie universes, and the DC also has their TV universe. With Arrow, The Flash,
Yeah.
Supergirl,
Daredevil too, right?
No, Daredevil. That's Marvel.
That's Marvel. Sorry.
Okay, and then you have Legend of Tomorrow, which is basically like it's Guardians of the Galaxy almost, but like in a TV show. I mean, it's not kind of generalizing it, but they teamed up a lot of low-level superheroes and villains and put them on a team, like on a TV show. Usually,
What channel is this on?
it would be on the CW, I think.
CW?
They're all on the same
Okay.
network, as far as I know. They're all on the CW.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the first season of Legends of Tomorrow, and I always hated Captain Cold as a character.
Mhm.
But that show made me like him. So he got real popular. He's played by the Prison Break is back, which is it's another thing. But the main dude there, I'm not sure his name.
Wentworth Miller.
Right, and then even the other guy, they're both in the show.
Yeah.
They actually were brought on the show because of Prison
So
Break.
the other guy's on it.
Yeah, they both.
Dominic
are-
Purcell.
yeah,
That's it.
they
Dominic
both-
Purcell's bigger one than Wentworth. One is the one with the tattoos.
Exactly, they're both in the show.
Oh,
and
I gotta
they're-
watch this.
They're both criminals in the show.
I gotta watch this.
And one of them is called Captain Cold, and the other one is called Heatwave. He has a heat gun, and they both rob banks and murder people, but they're forced to be good guys in the Legend of Tomorrow.
See, the thing is, like with TV, is better now than it's ever been.
Exactly.
It's so good
Yeah.
when you got the premiums, like the stuff that HBO and Showtime puts out, and then the stuff that you get on FX and Fox, and then Hulu and Netflix and
Exactly.
Amazon Prime. There's so many good options. Like it's like hard to keep up with, even with Marvel or comic stuff. Like because, you got Netflix with their stuff with Luke Cage and Iron Fist and.
Daredevil,
And,
as you
yeah,
said.
they got Punisher Shane from
Yeah.
Dead?
Walking Dead is gonna be the Punisher.
he's a Punisher.
He has already been the Punisher. They
Second
had
season
him
of Daredevil.
second season of Daredevil.
Yeah, I like how they transition them. They intro them in those too,
yeah,
like
watch
that.
it.
That's so
It's-
cool.
I still haven't seen that. Though.
You haven't
You know,
seen it? I will say
I
this
saw
right
the
now.
first
It
season.
And
is.
Shane was actually until Negan came around.
Yeah.
Shane was my favorite character.
I think it was a lot of
Yeah.
people.
He was cool in that.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of people's.
I like that part too because I kind of relate to him. He's like losing it. Then he goes into Herschel's bathroom. He shaves his head. I'm like, yep, I know how that feels.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
shave
feel
your
it.
head.
Well,
I think the second season of Walking Dead was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because of him.
Yeah,
because of
he
him
was
and
so
those
good,
characters
yeah.
and stuff.
But in Daredevil season 2, it's heavy Punisher. It's like half Punisher, half Elektra.
Okay,
But they
gotta
kind
see
of have
that.
the Punisher origin in there because right after that they knew if he was going to get popular, they would spin him off, and that's what they're going to do. He's going to get his own show
I
because
mean-
he's amazing. I'll tell you
Yeah.
guys right now, he's amazing.
Okay, I
in
gotta
Daredevil.
see because he's a good actor, and that's the thing. Like with all these networks and all the streaming networks, like there's some good actors playing these roles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like awesome actors playing like superhero comic roles. Like I haven't seen Legion yet. Have you seen Legion?
No, I haven't seen.
Okay, I want to check that
My
out.
dad actually watched that show.
But
Does that have any tie to X-Men?
Yes.
Yeah,
Does?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's Professor Xavier's son, I believe,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And the girl on there, she was on Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, she's hot, smoking hot too. And
Smoking.
there's some just all around. There's some good talent out there and there's so many things like with the streaming service especially. There's so many there's like nothing they can't put out.
Mhm.
Which and I don't care. Just put it out, even if they're low level people. If the good writers can make this stuff
Exactly. It's
interesting.
It's stuff you never dreamed of. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, this guy's never going to get a show. You're not going to see Iron Fist on TV.
and Iron Fist on TV.
He
And
got
he-
his own show.
And they go heavy on the kung fu and that, so the guy that directs a lot of those episodes is the RZA from Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay, yeah, he's a big
Really?
martial arts fan. Yeah,
big martial arts fan. He used to direct a lot of the Wu-Tang videos, so he directs a lot of the shows.
He was even involved in their video game, ill-fated video
I
game.
heard that wasn't that great of a show though.
Iron Fist.
We're hearing a lot of bad things about it.
Yeah,
I've heard more
it's
bad
hit
than
and miss.
good,
Yeah,
definitely.
because well, it kind of is almost like Arrow or like other ones. It's or even to extent Batman, rich kid, billionaire, is coming back, has access to all the money and superpowers. So sometimes I get a little old. Like the guy who was rich and has superpowers. Like what the hell else? Like how do you get everything in life?
Yeah.
Billions of dollars and a
I
suit.
guess. I never.
It's like it's almost like they walk that fine line of it. It's kind of like the last one, It's
kind of like being a Kardashian that can fly.
Yeah. And it gets
You
hard
have it all at
to
that point, right?
it gets hard to root for, like a rich kid with a meth habit. Like, dude, I'm not rooting for you anymore.
Like he's
I don't care about your
Yeah.
problems, all right?
Yeah.
Well,
You'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. And it's just like, so, and like, he doesn't have like I don't know. It's weird, but it has a chance though to make. I mean, it's a series, so certain parts are better than others in it. So some of it's cool, some of it's it drags a little bit. Because that's another thing. Since they are a series, you have a chance for it to drag. Oh man, this is just like last week's.
Right.
So. The writers have to stay sharp on these. It's very important.
The thing with the Netflix shows is they drop the whole season at once, so you really don't.
Yeah.
So if Iron Fist came out and people aren't digging it, you really don't get the chance to be
No.
like, look, we're halfway through the season, we can kind of pick this up or change
Oh,
something.
here's what we can do.
But like, no, you get it all as is. And
Get it
that's
right
kinda
there.
it.
They don't get that feedback as it's
As it's being made, right?
oh,
Exactly.
maybe we should change this, or people aren't liking this. Like it's you said, dropping it all at once,
Yeah.
then it's done.
Yeah.
Then you just have to go off of what your feedback is for the second season, I guess.
Exactly.
But
It's like good games back in the day, like there was no betas or anything. It's like you put out an old Super Nintendo game.
you
And,
bought what you paid for.
Yeah.
and like you couldn't change it or update or patch or nothing. It was like that was it. And
Yeah, back when you bought a Super Nintendo game too, when we were kids, if you didn't like it, you couldn't turn it back in.
But it was cool though because then the Japanese makers would make the games and they butcher the translations.
It still happens. Still
That's
happens.
those are
Spoiler,
great.
it still happens.
I have
All the
taken your
time.
base. Well, that was the
all your base are belong to us.
Oh,
that
yeah. So
that was a
good.
good line. But
but
getting back to the whole injustice thing with Captain Cold, I think it's Captain Cold's popularity, which is a weird thing to say, and it's like it's a DC game. They were probably like, look, he takes priority over Sub-Zero.
Well, if they're going to go with the polls, let's say they do go with the polls, and Sub-Zero won it by a landslide. I think he won it like 60-something%,
right.
and number 2 won it by like 20 or 30%, something like that. He won it by a landslide. So if they say that, okay, well, Captain Cold's too popular, even though everyone wants Sub-Zero, let's go with number 2.
But think about the audience, like that's Ed Boon's like personal poll, right? Like on Twitter, right?
That is on Ed Boon's page.
So
yes.
the people who follow him are probably more of the MK guys.
Yeah.
And they'll
So
probably
if-
vote for Sub-Zero,
So
right?
if Ed Boon says no, we're going to go with number 2 because of Captain Cold or because this and that, that means the guest characters are going to be Raiden. Raiden is the one who got second place.
Yeah.
So
What's Raiden's famous line? Oh,
something like that, yeah. Something like that. I mean, oh god, it'd be cool if they had Raiden and then the alternate costume was the Highlander.
right.
Yo, and then when he came out, his song came out. I am immortal. I don't remember how it goes. Please.
So that's how the Injustice 2 polls are looking. Sub-Zero won it first by a landslide, and then second place was Raiden.
Okay.
And this is months ago too. Me personally, I'm not buying Injustice 2 because of Sub-Zero. I hope he's in the game, but if he's not, I'm still going to be playing it. I'm still playing it in Vegas this July.
Okay.
Just as far as trailer goes, I never played it. I haven't played the beta. As far as trailers go, trailers alone, the characters I want to play as Bane.
Bane.
I want to try Bane out. I want to try Scarecrow out because Scarecrow's a zoner.
I think it's weird that he has the sickles with the chains and everything.
Yeah.
Is that Scarecrow?
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
that something that he had in the comics? And
he has a sling blade with a chain hooked on it.
Okay.
He does?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And before the
Never
match,
seen one.
before the match starts, when they do the intro, the dialogue, he sits down, he puts a gas tank on, and he turns the gas tank on, and then gas goes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then he transforms into the Scarecrow because your opponent's hallucinating.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so it's a regular guy in a suit with a just a hood over his head or
Yeah.
like a bag.
Uh-huh.
He sits down, turns the gas on. Green gas goes everywhere.
That's the
and then,
manifestation.
yeah, and then you see this monster like this. So your opponent is hallucinating before the match starts.
It's like the Batman Begins. He was just a dude in a suit with the
bag
bag over his head.
Yeah.
But
So I think that's a pretty cool intro when he does that.
Right.
Mhm.
Other than that, who else? Deadshot. I want to play as him because
Okay.
I like zoning. I'm more of a defensive player,
Okay.
which is why I always use Sub-Zero and MKX. I like using my ice clones, standing behind them, and being defensive about it.
And just hanging out.
Just hanging out, then when the match is over, I get the inbox. The guy call me the N word or the F word or homosexual, whatever.
I have to say this because you did touch on this about getting smack talk, and like I've played a lot of video games, and fighting games are the only games where I get hate mail like that.
Yeah, not only that. I mean, why do they? I mean, like, if you're gonna like call me a name because of that, okay, that's fine. I get it. I understand you're mad, you're salty, but why do you got to drop the N-bomb in there? Like the very first message, why do you got to drop the N-bomb on it?
Look, you know,
That's what they start with.
Yeah, that's what they start with.
That's their opener.
Like you effing N-word, you hiding behind your ice clone, you little bitch. I mean, pick somebody else. Then I end up picking Kano and I end up whooping their ass with it too.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's just a game,
matter.
people.
It's
Don't
just-
need to be upset.
But yeah, only with fighting games.
Yeah,
From
and
me
then,
playing Tekken and all that.
and
Well,
so
people do the whole swatting thing to people, like when they get pissed.
streamers,
Yeah.
they do
That's
that to
another
streamers
story.
that they hate. They don't do that to
Yeah.
opponents that they lost to.
Yeah, unless they're streaming.
I mean, they'll do that on like first-person shooters where they'll,
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah,
those guys
sword
loser.
loser.
Yeah.
So do you guys remember the arcades when we used to go? Okay.
That was kind of our day too.
Okay.
Wonderland and stuff like
So-
that.
I wish that was still around.
Okay, it would be great because
Yeah.
you couldn't just get salty with people. You would have to look at them. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was
This is real.
There was a Roberto's taco shop on our corner. You remember Roberto's
Yeah,
on 41st Street? And
down
this
the
is
street-
where
down the street from our grandmother's
first
house.
Street Fighter was and Mortal Kombat. They would have them there, okay? And it would
They
get really intense.
They actually made more money. Roberto's made more money on Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter than they did selling their Mexican
and
food.
they had good
Oh,
food
really?
too.
And they had
And there was so I went to Franklin Elementary School down the street, and then there was this kid that went there. He was little. He got picked on a lot, but he always used to talk shit though. It was crazy. Like a lot of times kids get picked on because but this kid would like egg it on. He'd talk shit to people, and he was really good at Mortal Kombat. He was awesome. He was from Yugoslavia. This is how long ago it was. Him and his family immigrated from here, and so he played Mortal Kombat. So he's a Yugoslavian kid, and this is in the hood. This is on 41st Street and El Cajon Boulevard, right? So they're playing Mortal Kombat against the black kids from the neighborhood and Mexican kids from the neighborhood, and he'd be talking shit. He'd come to school next day all the time, just beat the hell up. I'm like, what? He's always play. I beat this kid at Mortal Kombat, like because he still talks shit to him, but he had the balls to take it.
Yeah, that stuff. I mean, it used to get serious. You
Yeah.
be playing a game with somebody, and next thing you know, a quarter will appear on this. Somebody will place a quarter
There you
right there,
go,
and
yeah.
that's when you knew.
And the thing about it too is these people talking shit to me. I'm playing them in an unranked match. In MKX, I play unranked because when you beat somebody in an unranked match, you could press the rematch button as many times as you want.
Right.
In ranked, you can't do that.
Right.
Street Fighter 5, you can you can do the best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
MKX, you cannot do that. You lose, it's done. You want to rematch them again, you either got to send them an invite or you got to run into them again unranked. That's why I play
run back, bro.
That's why I play unranked, so I can get my runbacks, or I can give them their runbacks. So I'm playing guys and I'm beating them 13-0, 14-1, 14-2. Still sending me text messages, still sending me DMs. Oh, you effing N-word. I mean, I if you pick somebody else, you can't beat me, and I do what they ask. I pick Kano, or I pick Unbreakable Sub, and I beat them still.
Yep.
And after that, they just rage quit, and they don't send me a message after that.
I remember I was playing Street Fighter 4 one time, and I was just acting like an idiot and doing shoryukens with Ryu all day,
Yeah.
uppercuts.
Wake up,
You're
Shurikens.
that kind of guy, huh?
And well, I was bored. Like I think there's a YouTube video of me where I was
Yeah.
just doing uppercuts, and
Send it to me.
I beat somebody, and they send me a message like, "Man, all you're doing is freaking DP, Dragon Punch." I'm like, all right, you figured out my grand strategy, and what did you do to stop it? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and the thing about that is, you guys don't know that the dragon punches, or whatever you guys call them, all yukens or shro-yukens,
Yeah.
they're
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
They're punishable on block.
Yeah. You just block it and then
You
hit
block
a button.
it, you block it, you get a full free combo.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people are like, losing to Shoryuken.
like,
is
just doing
just-
his
Just
moves.
like any fight, if you don't like it, stop him from doing it.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
it. Hey,
I'm
you
like-
don't like it, make him stop.
I always tell him, like, you got the first part right. You
Yeah.
figured me out, but then what did you do?
Yeah. Now what are you gonna do?
What did you do?
You know, it's a part of the game too, so it's a legal move to do that all day. if you
Maybe
want.
he's got a thing where he's like, every time he does, I gotta jump into it, man. Or maybe, maybe chronic jumpers. I mean, that's a thing, but it's not a thing. But it feels like a thing sometimes. A lot of people jump a lot in
Yeah,
fighting
so-
games. Don't jump in fighting games. First rule of fighting games online: don't jump.
First rule of fighting games, number one, 1,000% rule if you're fighting a Grandmaster Sub-Zero. I've said it in my videos too. Do not jump.
Yeah.
Do not jump. I've made YouTube videos showing you my Achilles heel, which no professional gamer's ever done.
Right.
But I made videos, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but I've made videos how to counter a Grandmaster Sub-Zero, what characters counter a Grandmaster Sub-Zero, what to do against a Grandmaster Sub-Zero. Nobody takes those advice.
They never do.
They never do.
They want to win their way, and that's
Then
it.
when I come across a Grandmaster Sub-Zero player, I either mirror them or I pick Cybernetic Kano and I kick their ass. Why? One, I don't jump. Two, I know what to do.
I have to ask, do you cut him from ear to ear?
Yeah. From ear to ear. Oh, I love that.
For those that don't know,
Oh, I love that part. He goes, ooh, looky here. She goes, what'd you do? Did you use that to knife your mother? No.
Kane. Shout outs to Kano for letting
Shout
him
outs
on.
to Kano.
Rest in peace. Another
Uh,
guy that was taken. From
I said this before. I said it before, and I say it again. I will say it again. When Mortal Kombat came out, Kano was not Australian until that movie came out.
They took stuff from the movie.
As soon as that movie came out, everyone was like, yeah, I think we should make Kano Australian, give him an Australian accent.
Not that. Is it what, Johnny Cage and Sonya getting together? That wasn't a thing in the game.
No, it wasn't a thing in the game either.
And there you go, MKX. It's a thing.
MKX.
They had a kid.
Oh, man. And then I love Kano's interaction, too, like when because Kano's a mercenary.
Right.
Like when he's fighting, before the match starts, there's that interaction. So when he's fighting Katana, he goes, hey, what's up? Or some shit like that. And then Katana goes, oh, God, what she won't do for money. And then Kano's like, I'll do you for free.
He had the comebacks for sure.
Oh, I love that shit. I
was
love
a
it.
winner. All right, shoot, we're already winding down the hour there. That's
good,
I think
man.
that's gonna do it. That was a pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I had a lot of
Good
fun.
talk. Good
I had a lot
talk.
of fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
yeah, I think our special guest kind of stole the show, which was cool.
No, this is fun, man. This is informative, and this is cool stuff. I mean, in this generation coming up playing the games and stuff, it makes everything cooler, man. Even if you don't play it, it has such a big influence on like so I'm a movie person, and what they've done, engineering in games and stuff, has pushed the bar for movie makers to come up with better stuff as far as their action goes, or what's cool. Because like before, when you see what we were talking about it beforehand, like the older movies like Face Off and certain ones where you see the line pulling now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But because of games and because of the graphics developed by gamers and the game makers, movies have gotten better.
Exactly.
Everything got better because of games. So even if you don't play them, if you just enjoy entertainment, it's because of this.
Well, I think they inform each other. Like games you said games are better, movies are better because of games,
Yeah.
but also games. Like we were talking about the Mortal Kombat X. A lot of that story was stuff pulled straight from that old movie.
Yeah,
there,
Yeah.
you know?
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of work off each other, and they push the bar because the action sequences in games are so cool. They require that in movies now. If you want to hold anyone's interest, they have to raise the bar in the
they
movie.
gotta
Yeah,
stack
so
up,
so
right?
go back to go back to the Mortal Kombat movies and put it into the video games. Okay, you got Kano being an Australian. They took that from the movie and they put in thing. Johnny Cage hooking up with Sonya. They took that from the movie.
Liu Kang and Katana.
Liu Kang and Katana. They took that from the movie. Even one of Johnny Cage's interactions when he was fighting Goro, he goes, "You still owe me sunglasses, bitch." Or something like that.
No, he's like, those are $500
Those are $500 sunglasses.
They make M. Bison Mexican.
No, they didn't. No. M. Bison's not Mexican. You know what M. Bison? You know what M. Bison is? And he doesn't look anything. Well, Sagat doesn't look anything like that. He's Thai.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's Thai.
Thailand. His stage is Thailand.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I think you guys mentioned it.
He's a Thailand dictator.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
Thailand
yeah,
dictator.
He's a military hunter.
And then you got, let me see, who else? Then you got Blanca, who's a green monster from Brazil.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You know what? Yeah,
and then of course, all the women from China, they got these big old thunder tree trunk legs.
Yeah.
They're all like CrossFit girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So I mean, that's another one in the books, kids.
That was
and,
cool, man.
Yeah, a lot of fun, man.
Thanks for being on. It was cool.
For as far as special guests go, like you set the bar, my friend.
Yeah, well, I'll come back soon.
But it's good to have you, and go ahead, let the people know where they can find you.
Twitter, AMEL619. Twitter handle. So I'm gonna start putting more stuff on Instagram. Coach Melendres.
Okay.
Always look me up.
If you guys are in the neighborhood too, go ahead and visit any Alliance gym
in Barrio Logan.
Yeah, ask for the boxing trainer Adrian, and they will hook you up.
And they'll give you a good deal.
All right. And then the rest of us, you got feedback, you got questions, we got answers, we got we got comments. So Tanner, let the people know where they can find us.
Everyday Thread, pretty much Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, the website. It's all Everyday Thread. Just search that and it'll come up.
Grandmaster, yourself, you want to get some plugs?
YouTube and Twitter are the same thing. Grandmaster space Gamma, GAMA. Go ahead, leave a subscribe, a follow, and a like. I will respond back. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, and me, for instance, I'll be there at the Everyday Thread stuff. I'll be looking at that thing. And I know I didn't get to it last week. I was hoping I'd get my laptop in time, but I have it now. And so for all your fact-checking needs, for all the facts on what we really talked about today, go ahead and check out the podcast companion. That should be up when this podcast goes.
Yeah, another thing, too, I do listen to what all you guys have to say. So from last week, I am standing as close as I possibly can to the mic. All right?
We got some feedback about somebody, I think about my dad. I'll call him out here. He said Sub-Zero should take off that mask and speak into the mic.
You know what?
Oh, you should wear one next
time. I should next time, man.
Yeah, now that we got video.
I got a Sub-Zero t-shirt, too, I could wear. No, but I'm as close as the mic I can possibly get. I'm pretty much performing fellatio on this fucking mic right now. So,
that's how you got to do it.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it, man.
Prime time, guys. Prime
time.
But
the point being is, yes, I do listen to your feedback, and yes, I do take it into consideration.
Nice. We're still growing. It's technically our second episode, and it's only going up from here.
I'm sure these cameras pointing to them now, but I'm sure they don't have the best view. But we're working on that too. So
the one right here. That's an iPhone. Okay, guys, bear with me.
Yeah, and I have
this other one. This one's a real camera, though.
Yeah, I'm using a drum cymbal stand.
Look, they don't need another technical.
Yeah, this is a Nokia flip phone right here.
Yeah, here we go. But anyways, thanks for listening, and we'll be back again next week.
All right, every Saturday, guys. Take care.
Take care.
Sunday.